low, that's 10 on left. I think I've got away with it. So this graph here shows all of the tested characteristics that we looked at in Sussex. And it shows a real breadth of predictive value for those 17 particular areas. And it has the least predictive characteristics right at the top and the most predictive characteristics down at the bottom. And to be an effective predictor in this research, the blue bar, which denotes the odds ratio, needs to be to the right-hand side of that orange or red, depending on how the screen resolution looks like. So anything towards the right-hand side is an effective predictor to varying levels of confidence. And as you can see on there, 13 of the characteristics that I tested had positive odds ratio or effective indicators to varying levels of success. In the next two slides, I'm going to break down a little bit more that middle band and the bottom band. So the middle band are the most effective predictors. So on here, we now have just got that middle band. It's shown in a very slightly different way, but hopefully it's still easy to follow. And we've got the odds ratio this time in the middle, and you have that lower confidence limit on the left-hand side and the upper confidence limit on the right-hand side. And I put this here really to show how that bandwidth, if you like, comes into play and why it was really relevant to this research. Because whilst the odds ratio for all of these characteristics looks like they could be positive, all of them twice as likely to be investigated. When you start to look at the lower limits, you kind of think, well, actually, that doesn't take us any further forward. They aren't that great. I think some of the challenges that I faced with the research and the sample side, when you then look at the upper limits, though, you think actually they could be really quite interesting and worthy of further exploration over what does that mean. For example, if you look at police transferees, in the Sussex research, the odds ratio is twice as likely. So if you were a transferee at the point of application, you were twice as likely to be investigated for allegations of gross misconduct compared to people who weren't transferees. But that could be as high as 6 times. That could be really concerning. That could be something that we need to look at. But at a lower level, it's not even worth it. So I think that can be really reinforced that we needed more data to try and put into this to see what that would mean. This graph now has just got those top 6 characteristics. And these are the ones that were found to be most predictive in the Sussex research. And these are really quite clear and quite compelling around what they're telling us. And are the most effective predictors in the Sussex research around these individuals that are more likely to commit acts of gross misconduct in the future. For example, the most effective predictor was having no A levels at the point of application. And as you can see there, that had an odds ratio of 19. So individuals who did not have A levels at the point of application, compared to colleagues who weren't investigated and did have A levels, were 19 times more likely to be investigated. So that's quite telling, really. But that could be as high as 35 times more likely. It's actually more accurate. And that would be really quite significant. But even if we were to accept the lower limit there, of 10, that would mean officers without A levels were 10 times more likely to be investigated. Individuals who applied for an application that didn't have A levels would be 10 times more likely to be investigated than those that did. So really quite compelling around those results. The other one I found quite interesting, highlighted in yellow at the bottom, were individuals that have worked in a police staff or voluntary role before joining as a police officer. And the Sussex research found they were between 2 and 5 times more likely to be investigated than people that had not been police staff members, volunteers, or members of the special constabulary before joining as a police officer. And I thought that was really interesting because, in my mind, if you understood what was required of your policing, you worked in a voluntary role, staff member, you were already dedicated to policing and would be more likely to serve an honour and would have an issue. Whereas this research found that was not the case. So that kind of gives a real